9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Everyone here is a 9 to 5ers, guys. Now, having a 9 to 5 job is completely fine. But you have to understand that there's going to be some consequences to it. And what do I mean? First off, you have no freedom at all. Your boss determines when you're going to get up. Your boss determines what time you're going to arrive at the office. Your boss determines when is your shift going to end. And that's not how you should be living life, bro. You're destined to be great. You're destined to be powerful. And don't let me even get started on the fact that your boss gives you this wage to make you feel happy for a while until you realize that 90% of that check is going to be spent on necessities, food, bills, gas, everything you need to survive, bro. And I'm not even bullshitting, because I know someone that works for 30 years, right? And he got sick for 2 weeks only, and guess what? He got fired. And that just goes to show that your boss does not give a fuck about you. Escape, bro. Fuck.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Before we get into the conversation, let me give that young man some hand claps. You know, we living in a time like where the structure that was created in the work world, in the political world, you know, with these devices and stuff that we have, and all this information, we living in the information age. People ain't dumb no more, man. You can't just sell people anything. We looking at these political opponents as opponents, as it's a competition, as if it's a sport. It's not that we expect these people to look out for our best interests no more. We know it's all a game. The kids know it's all a game. Y'all seen by the clip that I played at the beginning of the podcast. Now, on this episode, I ain't going to talk too much hip hop. It's politics as usual. You see the showrunner at the bottom. Politics as usual, man. And if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, man, come on over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it, man. Check out the visuals. Let's get to it. On this episode, I want to talk about the statement that Obama made when he was in Pennsylvania, talking about Kamala Harris, talking about black men were not enthusiastic about Kamala. He was talking about, and that's not acceptable. He said, that's not acceptable, man. Y'all wildin'. It's like, to me, when I think about these political opponents, they're talking about how bad the other one is. They ain't talking about looking out for your best interests. I don't even know why there's a reason to vote if we doing it in a collective way. Like, if it's not for the collective, then you got to choose these opponents by what they're going to do that's going to align with your best interest. What are they talking about that aligns with your best interest? Because we can't unify, man, as a race for an agenda. We can't unify in no aspects. And that's what I preach a lot on this channel and on this podcast, that we need to come together and unify. Because if we don't unify, we're going to end up doing things that's going to keep the division going, and we're going to not end up liking each other, because some people going to go this way and some people going to go that way because they looking out for their best interests. Now, let me get back to it, though. I was on Nas's Twitter the other day, and I'm going to read the quote to y'all. When I seen this quote, it caught me by surprise, because I never heard Nas speak about no political nothing really, only in his raps. Not on Twitter, not in an interview or none of that. But he said this, I'm going to read the quote to y'all. The Democrats tricking black Americans into voting for an Indian woman pretending to be black has to be one of the biggest humiliation rituals we ever seen in our lifetime. One of the biggest humiliation rituals we ever seen in our lifetime. So what's a humiliation ritual? It's like, y'all stupid. Y'all don't know no better. We can tell y'all anything and y'all will believe it. We humiliating y'all. We insulting y'all intelligence. We insulting y'all intelligence. She's not black, but y'all sitting up here saying she's black and y'all gonna vote for her because she's black based upon identity politics and she's not looking out for your best interest. And I'm not saying that because I'm riding with Trump or I'm a MAGA supporter or none of that. I'm just saying that because I'm looking out for the people's best interest. I'm one of those type of individuals that I want to see the collective win. It ain't always all about me. I'm going to win regardless. Real talk. Because I'm going to do what's best for me. You know what I mean? If I can't get 10 people, 20 people, 1,000 people to come together to make a decision that's in the best of the collective, then forget the collective. I'm going to do what's best for me. And now I said that's a humiliation ritual. We've seen her multiple times on national TV not address if she's black or white. And she's not addressing it because that's like she trying to play like, y'all know I'm black. Y'all stupid if y'all don't think I'm black. When in all reality, she is not black. Just because you went to a HBCU don't make you black because white people go to HBCUs. That don't make you black. Just because you perceive to be black, the 1% rule. Who created the 1% rule? The white power structure created that. That's who created that. You're not black because of the 1% rule. You black because both of your parents are African Americans that came over here, that their grandparents or whatever came over on the boat. Both of them. If both of them ain't black, then you're mixed race. Or you're whatever race that you're mixed with. And also another thing that makes you black is the black experience, man. Being profiled, being pulled over for no reason, stop and frisk and all of that old other foolishness that we had to deal with, watching our brothers get murdered because they was scared of the police officers and they made a brash decision. That's what makes you black, man. The experience, the black experience is what makes you black. Now, I don't want to dismiss Kamala Harris. I don't want to diss her or seem like I'm disgruntled about the things that Obama's saying. And it's just the election is in less than 30 days. You know, Obama, I got his books. I listen to his podcast every episode with Bruce Springsteen. He speaks elegantly. I can relate to Obama. I like Obama. But he was in Pennsylvania as of recently talking a little aggressive. He was talking a little aggressive and I didn't like it. I didn't like it, real talk.
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine, making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Obama, my nigga too, man. I rock with Obama, but I gotta say something, Obama, man. You ain't black neither, dog. You was raised in Hawaii with your Caucasian parents. Your father is a Kenyan. You raised on one of the most beautiful islands on the planet, dog. You didn't have to deal with the black experience. You did your thing in Chicago. Salute to that. You helped the brothers in Chicago. Salute. But the movement that Obama pushed forward that we can see today the most, y'all know what I'm going to say. Obama pushed the LGBTQ movement forward more than he did anything. But he didn't do nothing specific for us. He didn't do nothing specific for us, but he put those Asian hate crime bills and those LGBTQ movements forward. And now, but let's get to Kamala. Let's get to Kamala right quick, man. Because they supposed to be black. I'm supposed to be able to give a perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? He said the brothers don't seem too enthusiastic about Kamala Harris when she's looking out for your best interests. She lowering drug prices. The things that she's done with the housing market. We don't need her help in the housing market. You know, me and my wife, I met her in real estate school. We both are knowledgeable about real estate. We both are licensed individuals in the real estate world. Real estate don't need no help. It needs you to leave it alone and let the government remove the government from it and let the people deal with it and lower the interest rates. Now, since Kamala's been in office, she was not the president. So I'm not going to say that she is responsible for the things that happen. But I got a list and I'm going to read it to you. Before Biden and Kamala got in office, people was buying homes. People was happy. Folks had a bankroll. The interest rate was 2.93%. I don't even know what the interest rate today is, but it ain't that. So stay out of real estate. Real talk, stay out of real estate. Another thing that was different before they came in office. War. We was not funding wars. $60 billion or whatever they contributing to these multitude of wars was not coming from America before they was in office. Another thing, grocery prices. Man, I'm on a grill right now cooking beef ribs for my wife, her sister, and her sister's soon-to-be husband. Man, I paid down there $12 a pound for some beef dinosaur ribs. Those big boys, I'm smoking them for them. That's ridiculous. $100, I'd come out there with 2 grocery bags with $100. Back in the days, before Biden and Kamala, $100 a last me a week, man, with the food that I would be purchasing. I'll meal prep and cook for us, and we'll be eating for a week. But now that's a day's worth of food, man. Real talk. Inflation. Everybody, I want to talk about inflation too, though, because I seen where people talk about inflation is due to COVID and the whole world had to deal with inflation, not just Americans. That's true. But we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. Why are we dealing with inflation and sending $60 billion off to these countries and these multitude of places when we can be helping ourselves and helping our own? That's what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? I could be saving a buck instead of being overtaxed, overpaying for gas, paying too much for food and all of the necessities that I need, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. So another thing, the main thing, the border. The effect the border is having on the whole country. Not just black people. I know people want to bash Trump for saying that the migrants are taking the black jobs. It's so much that I could talk about with this migrant situation. I ain't gonna waste y'all time on it. Y'all know what type of time the migrants on and how many people they done let into this country, man. Y'all know, y'all see them shit cities, man. New York City is a shithole now. Chicago is a toilet bowl now. What's the other cities? Los Angeles is a dumpster fire. Los Angeles stink, man. The sun can't even come out till 1 p.m. in LA. It's so much smog and dirt and homeless people and migrants all over the place, robbing and stealing and looting and trying to get, they hungry and trying to get something to eat. And then, at the end of the day, they giving them money, giving them a place to stay, removing the homeless Americans that we didn't look out for their best interest for, and taking care of the migrants. This is just blasphemy. What's going on? They say, I seen a commercial where they said, we're not illegals. No human being is illegal. But if you don't go by the procedures that America sets forth for you to get into the country, you're illegal, dog. If I drive without a driver's license down the street, that's illegal. In America, it's rules and regulations that we used to abide by that we don't abide by no more, and people just running amok out here. Real talk. And that's some of the things that I seen with the Biden and Kamala Harris administration that we wasn't even dealing with before they came into office. We wasn't dealing with that. Let me play the next clip.
Committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got help here, and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person. And you're thinking about sitting out? But, Cousin Pookie might be. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable. That's not it. This shouldn't even be a question.
I wouldn't care if a female was the leader of the free world, because I know it's a team behind her. But I just don't think Kamala is that female. Real talk. Kamala's that light-skinned chick in high school, man, that people didn't take serious because she wasn't taking us serious. Her real name ain't even Harris neither, though, to be honest with y'all. Why she didn't take her husband's last name? Interesting. But Obama, man, people want to sit out because they don't see themselves being involved in the political process. They don't see themselves getting anything or the country getting any better with either of these candidates. And I want to say something to females who feel as if men, I don't have nothing against black men supporting Trump at all, or Kamala. I don't have nothing against black men supporting Trump. Because the reason I feel that way is because, they say that life was better under Trump. The finances was better under Trump. But black women, you got to have some patience with your man. You got to find understanding with your man, because your man is has to deal with so much. He has so many responsibilities. We go outside and people look for a reason to attack a black man. You know, we have to provide. We have to work overtime so we can be able to get you the things that you desire, so we can be able to pay the bills, so we can be able to achieve our dreams also while we're doing what we're doing. And if he feel as if Trump is in your family's best interest, let him vote for Trump in peace. Because he see that times could be different under Trump than under Kamala. He shouldn't have to agree with you because you feel like Kamala better. We shouldn't create division within a household based upon perspectives of whatever you feel as if is right in your house, and Kamala is right and he feel like he want to vote for Trump because at the end of the day, politically, it seems as if just by looking at it, no matter if Trump is racist or not, that he's in the best interest of all Americans first. America first. That's what MAGA look like. That's what it looked like. That's what Trump looked like he stand for. America first. Real talk. Americans first. No matter what race you is. If you are American, you first. We're going to send those folks back home and we're going to get this place together financially because that's what men are concerned about, the finances. That's what we concerned about the most because we have to come home and we got to provide for y'all. Real talk. Let me get off that topic though, man. I hope that y'all learned something. I hope y'all was entertained by that, man. And in the comment section, I would appreciate it if y'all help me have a different perspective on this or further the perspective or we just need to learn together, man. Real talk. I just want to hear what y'all got to say and what y'all think about that. You know what I mean? Topic of discussion because Obama was a little aggressive. He was talking like a pimp, like the brothers ain't doing what y'all supposed to be doing, nigga. Y'all know what y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all supposed to be standing on business. Y'all ain't standing on business for Kamala, nigga. Tighten up. That's basically what he was saying. And the reason he was saying that, before we get off of this, I keep saying we're going to get off of this, but before we get off of this, he's saying that because he see the brothers supporting Trump and the brothers standing on business with Trump. Microphone dirty. Let me move that around. Switching up the topic though, one of my favorite artists, an artist that I collaborated with on my album Grind Time 24/7 365, BG. He was on a platform recently in Atlanta. He did his first solo interview since being released from prison, and it was in Atlanta. You know, he said he was going to move to Atlanta. I think he already has or whatever because he's doing his probation or whatever in Atlanta, and he got a home there now. So he did his first interview in Atlanta, and the lady asked him something like about reading and books. And it's a book that we've been talking about on the podcast. I'm going to play the clip.
Right. You even talked about reading a lot of books. So what's one book you feel everybody on this earth should read?
Oh. On this earth?
Everybody.
It was this one book I read by Dr. Joy DeGruy. It was called what's the name of this book, man? Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that sounds deep. Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that book that was just different.
And I know we ain't gonna do a deep dive into that, but that already says enough. So that's something that I want to go look up because I'm really big in.
Not reading.
I don't read them. I just kind of listen to them.
Right.
Yeah.
The audio book.
Audio.
I ain't get on that yet, but because I'm used to just having a physical book in my hand, right? So I don't know how that is to do the audio thing, but I'm gonna try it.
We talked about this book multiple times on this podcast, and I suggest everybody go read it. I suggest y'all go read it because to me, I didn't think about until I read this book the effects that slavery has had and is having on us currently until I read this book. You know, slavery And trauma is transferable through pregnancy. That's what I read in the book, y'all. I believe it too. The reason I believe it is because, think about it, like the things that your parents dealt with and the things that they inherited from their parents and the things that affect them throughout their lifetime, and then they had you transferred through you. Think about you just like your mama. You grew up, you look just like your daddy. You acting out like your daddy did. You doing similar things that they did. And when I think about the country, the culture, we can't unify, man. Why we can't unify? Why we always competing with each other? Why we embrace competition? You know, it's just weird. Like post-traumatic slave syndrome, the effects of slavery is still having an effect on us today. And the reason that slavery is having an effect on us today, according to the book, is because trauma is transferable from one individual to another. Let's play the next clip from BG.
All right, let's get into this music. So there was a bidding war at some point. I know Gucci offered $1 million when he came out. I don't know if he gave it to you. I know you're trying to figure out what you were going to do, but you want to take things slow just so you don't end up in similar situations. Right. What's your situation? You know, I know you said something about a distribution deal.
I'm betting on myself this time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to, I wanted that creative control. I wanted to be independent. Like I wanted to eat more on the back end. You know what I mean? Because, when you be taking all that money up front, you know what I'm saying?
You still owe so much on the back.
Exactly. You liable to never see a check. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to take less up front and really invest in myself. You know what I'm saying? And just have the distribution. So, yeah.
You've had the best of both worlds. You signed early and now you're betting on yourself. What advice would you give to other artists, somebody who's coming up in the game? Like if they say, PG, what should I do? Should I sign or should I bet on myself?
What worked for me might not work for him, or what worked for him might not work for him. So it depends on your situation. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely, don't want to get tied up into, a situation where you probably can't even get out of, you know what I'm saying? So, it depends.
I was talking to my boy Scoop the other day about one of his family members that's an artist. He's cold too, man. And we was talking about like deals. It was just through a text though. Record deals. I was like, man, if this was 2000, he would definitely get $1 million check. Or a couple of $1 million checks and be in a contract. But now, when I look at the landscape of hip hop, all the CEOs stepping down. Meta just did a contract with Universal Records, or one of them big record labels. I don't know if I'm accurate with what I'm saying with which record label, but Meta just did a deal to where people are going to be releasing music exclusively through Instagram and Facebook. That is a game changer. But when I think about music now, I create. Y'all see I just released all of my projects from the past. I'm releasing old music. I'm releasing new music. I'm currently writing, about to go to the studio. If it's not like something that you serious about, you love, you passionate about, I wouldn't tell nobody to get in music with pipe dreams. I would tell you to go be a doctor. Go be a lawyer. Go be a fireman. Go do something where you can get a pension, nigga, when you turn 50 so you can live your life peacefully at the end of your life. Don't be a rapper. It's too many people trying to be rappers, and it's just not what you think it is, dog. But I say that because I want to talk about BG for a moment. I salute him for doing that. I salute BG for staying independent because he had an opportunity. Baby pulled up with the bag, the chain, that little bitty chain, and everything to sign him the Cash Money. He turned it down. He did the album with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane offered him $1 million. He turned it down. He went independent. It's like what's $1 million with somebody gonna make 10 off of you? They might take a loss though, because they ain't making no money, or they know something where they can make money that they ain't telling you. So I understand like BG turning it down. I would advise anybody to create on the sole purpose that that's what you like to do, and it's a passion of yours. Don't create looking for to be the next Drake or to get $1 million deal, because you're going to get that $1 million deal and you don't sell no records. You're going to be in debt for the rest of your life like a college degree, nigga. You don't want that. You don't want that. That's just my perspective. But salute to BG, man. That's one of my favorite artists, man. That's my favorite artist out of the Hot Boys and out of the Cash Money tenure and that legacy that they created, man. I love me some BG, man. Real talk. Switching topics, though. This week, I wish I could have got to this topic earlier this week, but I couldn't, though. It was interesting seeing Jaguar Wright on Piers Morgan platform. It was interesting because when I think about like Piers Morgan, he's from the UK. He done had Choke No Joke on the platform, Suge Knight on the platform. Why is he so engulfed in black culture and in hip hop culture, and he's trying to like involve himself in that culture? He sees the numbers that it's doing on YouTube. They done kicked him off of the major platforms. He see the numbers that it's doing on YouTube. Now he's inviting us on his platform so he can do numbers. She got dressed up, put her makeup on, spoke elegantly, shut up when he spoke, peacefully, had the conversation with him peacefully, and she spewed a lot of things against Jay-Z that are only allegations. I talked about it on the last episode, man. Like, people going to get themselves in a defamation of character lawsuit, jumping on these platforms, talking crazy about stuff that they don't have no specific proof that has ever happened. So when I seen Piers Morgan apologize, I knew what type of time it was.
Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
You know, Jay-Z sent them lawyers out quick. They said, that why he haven't sent no lawyers out to shut up Jaguar Wright. Me, personally, I would have been done sick them lawyers out on her. Because I can't have you speaking on things that's not true. I can't wait to put somebody in a defamation of character lawsuit who's not telling the truth about me. I can't wait. You gonna get it, dog. You talk crazy about me, you gonna get it. But Hov, he has some character flaws. He has a lot of character flaws. But we are only assuming that he has done something illegal. Even Diddy, people speak on so many illegal things that he's done. He deserved I don't want to say that on YouTube. He deserved whatever he deserved, but I don't believe that a lot of those things are true. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. I know it's a lot of people that believes everything, but I don't believe it. I think these people are crazy. I think a lot of people need to get lawsuits against them for just talking. It's people that done built a whole career around talking about individuals. And it's just weird to me that you want to see somebody brought down that bad. Even the Gene Deal guy, like he been talking about Diddy for 5 years, man. Do you got anything else going on in your life besides this man? Jaguar Wright talking about everybody. She talking about everybody, man, with no proof. Get evidence to the feds, man. If you done seen something, go file a lawsuit against these people and sue them or whatever you can do. Just This YouTube stuff, man, people getting on these YouTube platforms talking crazy like that. It's just too much for me, man. I got one more topic and I'm gone. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to the podcast. The last topic is a religious topic. It's a spiritual topic. It's Sunday. It's the day of rest, the day of healing. It's God's day. Even though the Sabbath is Saturday, just to make myself clear. I was listening to this pastor talk. He had a take that I don't agree with. I'm going to read a scripture to y'all before I even play the clip. I'm going to read the scripture because it just need to be done. So, let me get it up. I ain't going to waste too much of y'all time, man. Let me get the scripture up. Because it's important, man. It's like people be misleading people, and I don't like it. So the scripture is Matthew 25:34-46. The king will say to the sheep on his right, for I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. Naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. After rewarding the righteous sheep who are highly praised of his father with their kingdom's inheritance. Prepare for them from the foundation of the world. The king will explain why they are being rewarded in this way.
Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something, the poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God's like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help you. Read your Bible. Charity does not bring wealth. Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna preach on it.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
He had a point at the beginning, but to me, give out of the kindness of your heart, man. Don't always give or tithe with an expectation that you're going to receive. The pastor will tell you to expect something because you gave to this church. Man, that's the want. That's the want of your money. That's not to help build the kingdom up. My opinion. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people going to disagree with me with this take, though, but at the end of the day, man, it's people out here struggling, man. It's God's children also. It's people out here that's looking at the country and the world and at the people that's supposed to be leaders like, damn, I supported you and you ain't look out for my best interest. Now I'm down bad. Don't we supposed to give? Don't we supposed to help? Don't we supposed to be of service to others? Don't we supposed to unify? Don't we supposed to not be divided in every aspect of life? He had a point when he said, give to the poor. Only thing you're going to receive is what you gave to the poor. But if you tithe, that's what's going to cause multiplication in your life. Man, my perspective of that is do what's in your best interest, man. Also, keep giving, man, because you're being of service. God wants you to serve. He wants you to help his people. He wants you to unify with his people for an agenda. He wants you to continuously learn so you can be like the young boy I played at the beginning of the podcast. He's knowledgeable. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, though, man. Thank you. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. Chill.
I can't let the time pass me by. I just want to be with you. I can't let the time pass me by. I just want to live my truth. I can't let the time live my truth, nigga. What it do? Came up, got the bricks, now copping by the deuce. Homes and cars, I'm internally scarred. I externally barred. I've been going so hard. $1 million is minimum. The killers, I'm sending them. I prevailed from hell. Didn't need no Ritalin. My rivals apologize. They know I'm the middleman. The head honcho, get to it pronto.
The Defamation Podcast.